From Guadalajara, Mexico, the undefeated Saul Canelo Alvarez. De Caguas, Puerto Rico, José Miguel Cotto.
De la cintura para arriba, yo quiero una pelea limpia. Escúchame, cuídate, listos, vámonos.
Alvarez, three brothers making their debuts lost.
The official record, 31-0-1 with 23 knockouts. 44 professional fights as his opponent for Alvarez to be facing. There's a good right hand.
Fighting quality fighters down there. And there's
Golden Boy will handle American promotion for Alvarez.
Why he didn't have a longer amateur career. He said there's not a good amateur program
right now, and he seemed to feel as though Cotto was exactly the right kind of
in Mexico.
Jose Miguel Cotto, too fast a start for his career?
No, I don't think so, because they match him.
19-year-old. And he is wobbled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping it. And he is wobbled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping it. Miss, he dodges a right hand, comes back
successful. You don't know a lot about having to clinch.
And maybe the matchmaking was a mistake with a right. His solution is to fight.
Having to clinch. But he's fighting back. He's trying to be.
Tried to get at him fast enough. It was a left hook that wobbled him. Alvarez is trying to solve. Uppercut by Alvarez lands. Almost landed that.
And that's the first round only. There's 10 rounds. You're a better fighter. You're a better boxer. Relax.
Out of the ring, so that speaks well of
Alvarez, certainly at this stage of his career. So we were talking about hooking off the jab in the last fight. Well, what Jose Cotto is doing is
were they training together down there in Tampa?
Good hard left hand by Alvarez.
They train together at the same tower. Then that's going to probably neutralize that.
He'd make him bigger back home. Emmanuel, after you analyzed
the family with 6 brothers, so he's been boxing since he was a kid.
For Golden Boy matchmaking, which felt as though much faster feet than Jose Miguel Cotto.
So keeping Cotto lunging, coming in off balance, and he has almost learned to do it to get off balance, and he counter punches him.
Jose Miguel Cotto.
Yeah, this is
Cotto is boxing very good. Hasn't been hit with anything clean yet. But yeah, I'm looking at this kid.
He's forward.
Alvarez is fighting that is really to catch him with counter punches as he's getting off balance coming in.
He landed 9.
Go past each other. Never interfere with each other's training.
Good counter right hand up and under from Alvarez, and Cotto's glove touched the canvas, and Alvarez has just evened it.
If you do those pauses in front of him, and you know your target, bend your waist side to side.
Below featherweight weight classes, but the bottom line is that there's an opening at the time by CompuBox count, 14 out of 47 for Alvarez.
Next Mexican or Mexican-American star, because he is
very good. He just keeps his hands too wide. That defensive jab always teaches him his proper weight too, and that makes a difference too. Very comfortable.
But 19 and a welterweight, and
9 punches in the last minute of round 2. That was something of a comeback rally, and now
you may see on his trunks the word Canelo. That means cinnamon.
That's enough to make you get out of balance. There you go. There it is again.
Jose Miguel Cotto has been in, so that's the water level.
Retired. Barrera and Morales really gone. Marquez
giving and taking in round number 3.
And if Jose can keep that pressure,
he should come back from that early fighting for 5 years.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you know what you look at?
They call him cinnamon for that reddish hair.
Yeah.
At which he tasted defeat.
And here is a kid who has been picked out to watch.
He's very vulnerable to get hit, but he's got speed and power.
Training his brother for the fight against Foreman. Show some stuff. Come back from that adversity. That would only make him look like
what you look at, he's 19, but he's had about 30-some fights. Very few words, but between them about trying to give each other advice when they're training. They train totally separate.
All right, we're going to go to Floyd Mayweather's dressing room between rounds, and you're going to be watching.
Here you can see the shot that catches Alvarez, which is a left hook, and that happens often with a lot of fighters who...
In the black and white. Harold, how do you have it so far?
2 rounds to 1.
So, therefore, the 1 point difference from the score that I might have anticipated, and thank you. Load it up a little more. Right there. Hard right hands is well delivered and starting to gain some purchase. And look at the determination of Jose Miguel Cotto, who keeps
10-8 in favor of Canelo Alvarez.
pretty sharp eyes. Good uppercut.
And what I see is great poise.
And he's hurting Cotto.
And what's always been interesting, that was a little 5-punch combination.
Hands up and under, and the body shot. Another well-placed up by Jose Miguel.
In their first fight, and in the second fight.
Timing.
Yes,
great timing for when to deliver Cotto with those right hands and the left hooks. Cotto not throwing back. Exactly what he was doing, and that he had been fooled into taking performance.
Inside at very short range. Too much muscle.
Hard left hook by Alvarez. I think what's emerging here at Manuel when he's in the arena, and Ali is here tonight. Power shots in round 4. Got in about 8 or 10 clean shots.
Cotto's got a great shot.
With Shane Mosley of the...
7 years ago. Eventually, Mosley was forced by circumstances.
He's never been seriously hurt in this whole fight. It has been him with
Manuel, what we're seeing from this 19-year-old is that he has unusual...
Just get a little bit closer, he would be very effective.
Just tapping it. He was landing shots.
At the same time, Cotto kept coming.
Yep.
His failure of a drug testing.
Jury testimony and depositions to come clean and acknowledge that he had taken. And of course, usual athletic coordination for boxing and great timing.
Canelo Alvarez.
Well, I'm thrilled you corrected me, Harold. I was unaware, did not notice that Tony Weeks did. Having recovered from the shock of getting hurt by Cotto in round 1.
Whether he's used painkillers for his hands, which he did.
Him around and letting him recharge without attacking him.
With that uppercut, terrific test for the young fighter being provided by... That was crowd-pleasing action.
The difference between the Leonard Hearns first fight and the fight we have tonight was that they were both in their primes, in their early 20s.
I just don't see that, even though, as you said, he's a little bit past his prime, meaning Shane. The fight went back and forth.
Good hard right hand.
I'm not sure it's the best place in the world to be this long.
On the other hand, a powder puff puncher compared to your guy, right?
Yeah, but the guys that land the good punches, Cotto has come right back, so he's had a real test tonight.
67%. Cotto 15 out of 41. This is a solid effort by Alvarez.
But Alvarez is very sharp, very crisp, to punch around there, but he's a very well-schooled fighter.
And the ability to throw these shots with extreme accurate precision.
How this youngster can stand.
Nobody knocked out neither. He's not a great puncher, but he's not that bad a puncher neither. He's watching the entire show.
Want to say hello to your new fighter? Now, when this round...
Why would he be fighting a strong pressure over the course of a 10-round fight? He himself is a junior welterweight.
But I think
he's getting drowned by the extreme timing.
I'm anxious to get back to the gym.
Are you talking on the record or off?
Last year, Floyd Mayweather made his big comeback after 21 months in, quote, retirement. Response to the notion of being a 07 and none in 08. So he was last minute of round number 5, and now as the last minute of round. Body shot.
Miguel Cotto definitely takes a very good punch. Otherwise he would have been out of there. Canelo.
I'm being honest. No, I have a lot of respect for you.
Last year, only won in a big assignment against Yuri Foreman on June 5, and for those who've not seen Yuri Foreman,
punching with full authority and crispness.
Alvarez landed 17 punches.
As he does since Roy Jones Jr. I mean, he is terrific coming off those ropes.
Me and Miguel, the whole camp does.
It does come through in this fight. It will be a good test for him.
But he's fighting a very good fight considering time off, and to be fighting
Keeps his stamina all the way through a 3-minute round.
a little too mild a person. As a matter of fact,
Best punch in a while. Most of them are punches.
If he throws a jab, can you call it a cinnamon stick? He may fight well off the ropes, but I'm not
blocking
sure.
a lot of punches. A lot of Alvarez's punches haven't been that clean as much as it seems, but when he has
Stick.
So Emmanuel is Miguel Cotto.
good young prospect like Alvarez.
Jose Miguel Cotto has them are partially blocked as Alvarez is keeping his hands way up.
Well, we're going to see now in these late rounds.
Yes, it does. And I like the fact that he started early because of the fact that, you know,
Retirement against Juan Manuel Marquez. And
How are we going? He's got nothing. He's got nothing. He doesn't want to fight you.
to be a part of that, but then seemed surprised when Mosley decided that he was free to speak on the microphone as well. You don't expect to use Perez shows when he lands his punches.
but I
If we've ever seen
Yes, and I'll probably wrap this one eventually. Is a veteran from, 10, 15 years ago. We had seen him in some lesser
and
fights.
he was 17.
he's never had him ever hurt. And the only person been hurt has been Alvarez himself in the fight. He's rolling his shoulders, counting, punching, pulling back, and counting with hooks, uppercuts, and not wasting any.
Trying to sit on a lead here. Do you think that at 140 Cotto can give some of those good?
It's a remarkable comment for a fighter to make.
Fight like a seasoned fighter.
Smart. And
Combi box numbers in the 8th round. Thank you, man.
almost clinical Alvarez is here.
Would learn from going rounds. So he says, I decided to dispense with knocking people
In
out.
the fight, if the knockout comes, it comes. But he's not certainly not with a chance to be something. We're seeing one now.
Use clinical as an adjective for a 19-year-old fighter. But he Mayweather broke it down over the issue of drug testing. Shane stepped up and said, hey, I'll take any test.
Right hand right over the top.
Tremendous quickness on that right hand. And Cotto seems to be buzzed. There was a moment in 08, a couple of years ago.
He's just won a fight, looked terrific. Senior welterweights.
Yes, I am very
Battle.
impressed tonight. Yes, considering the fact that I know he's about 10 pounds.
Consecutive 10-round decisions. I don't think there's any reason to say that the punching power
And look at that, he's taking all of these.
in Mexico against opponents whose names we don't know, but settled into the notion that he's going to be going the distance here with Jose Miguel Cotto.
Doesn't even seem to be exhausted.
Now just look how
Power is less than what was billed. I think this is in his head. He's trying to win the fight by decision at this point. Cotto keeping his hands up, not really throwing back. Alvarez targeting right hand shots, targeting right hand shots. How much punishment does Tony Weeks want?
otherwise this fight will be
He's throwing back, but without velocity. Alvarez is teeing off, and Tony Weeks is going to stop it right there. They were just above us, and you could see Tony Weeks' mind working as he watched and waited and finally saw the moment of Cotto.
And the end comes at 2:59, round number 9. The winner by TKO victory, Saul Canelo